Females can't help but display their sexuality, even when it limits their range of motion in public safety jobs.
Is she supposed to leave her ass at home? Wear her go-to-work ass.
Hey there, hi there, one and all. It is I, your host, Mr. Sean, back today with some neckbeard posts from Just Neckbeard Things. But before we dive right in and cringe in the beardery, I just want to pitch my business, Chimera Miniatures. Chimera Miniatures attempts to offer you things you won't find anywhere else, whether it be kit-bashed miniatures that are one of a kind, or not safe for work miniatures to add a little spice to your tabletop. Commissions are open and prices are low, so either check out my eBay and Etsy, link in the description, or commission something because, hey, nobody knows what your tabletop needs better than you do.
Has an attractive woman ever asked you, what time is it? Why not give her a timely reminder? Every 30 seconds, 2,880 times a day, this unique and stylish gold watch will flash "Time to fuck" on the dial face. If you're looking for a subtle way to break the ice, or just wish to reaffirm your priorities, get this exciting and novel timepiece. It not only keeps accurate time, but it's the greatest conversation piece you'll ever own. Available in gold only, $49.95, guaranteed for 2 years. To order, send check or money order for $50.95, which includes $1 for postage and handling. Payable to Leisure Time Products, Department 0776, P.O. Box 2206, Columbus, Ohio, 43216. Ohio residents add 4% sales tax. Or call toll-free number 1-800-848-9107. Ohio residents call 1-800-282-9216. BA and MC credit cards only. You must be 21 years of age or older to order. Please allow up to 4 weeks for delivery. Warning, do not try to keep up with this watch.
Time to fuck? More like time to head home and think about how your mama raised you. Though I do wonder, as someone who is a Columbus, Ohio native, I wonder if there are any of these things lying around the antique stores we have. I would love to get this for somebody as a gag gift. I imagine they had a lot of these they couldn't sell back in the day. Neckbeards everywhere be like, "Once I get to Japan, they'll understand and accept me." The people of Japan. Japan's not a mecca for nerds, everybody. Those people there are gonna think you're just as fucking weird as we do in America. Extra virgin olive oil. Kinda slutty olive oil. Extra kinky olive oil. Not entirely sure this is a neckbeard post, but that whole extra virgin D&D playing olive oil, it fits. I feel like if girls show off their body, specifically butts and thighs, in a specific way like wearing tight leggings, or a skirt, or twerking for example, then boys should be allowed to touch those parts of their body if they would like. Think of this scenario. You see an attractive girl in the park squatting or something, and you think, wow, her ass looks amazing. Wouldn't you want to touch it? Or if there's a girl sitting next to you with beautiful thighs, say she noticed you find them nice, wouldn't you want to put a finger down on them? What's the point of making boys so jealous about things like this, and then when they do it, the girl just rages at them? I'm not trying to be a misogynist, but I think that it's what a lot of boys would want to do, and should get the chance to at some point in their lives. For me personally, if I saw a girl on the ground, say she fell and I helped her up, I would also like to kind of a bonus to maybe slap her butt. Dude, you can do all of those things. It's called getting in a relationship. Find yourself a girl that is just as horny as you are, and you can do all the thigh touching, ass slapping, what have you. She'll probably let you do more than that, but you gotta get the girl first. None of this touching on strangers. It's weird. You lose all currently acquired good boy points, and you get no tendies tonight.
Fedora libertarians complaining it's unfair they can't get laid. Dude, the market decided. It says no.
You know, my dad always did tell me that people speak with their money, so if they're not buying what you're selling, you need to go back to the drawing board because nobody wants your product, and sadly that product is your dumbass. What flavors do girls tend to like the most? Question. For context, I'm a 27-year-old virgin who's brainstorming good gift ideas for a hypothetical first date. I don't have a date right now, just fantasizing. I know biologically speaking, women have different taste buds than men, and I'm wondering what flavor of Mountain Dew they would like the most.
Real life woman here. Don't get Mountain Dew as a present. Ever. Ever, ever.
Time to get off Reddit.
Guys, my fiance loves Mountain Dew, and I ran this one by her, and she said absolutely not. You can tack it on as an add-on to whatever gift you're getting, but that cannot be a gift. It's not like showing up with flowers or whatnot. But she said if you are going to do it, go with Voltage. Or Baja Blast.
I'm about to go down to Taco Bell and give me a Baja Blast.
Sorry, black boys, only white men can handle this.
On behalf of black men everywhere, we wholeheartedly support your decision.
On behalf of all white people, we sincerely admire your graciousness. However, we will be declining your generous offer and adamantly urge that the Mexicans take one for the team.
On behalf of the Mexicans, there are some jobs even we won't do. Maybe the Asians can take this one.
On behalf of the Asian culture, we also kindly decline the generous act, as we are practicing our arithmetic, playing piano and ninja flying arts. Maybe the Muslims have the answer you seek.
On behalf of all Muslims, we are gonna have to decline the offer for the simple fact we don't eat pork.
Alright, that last jab is a little mean, I'll be perfectly honest. Nothing wrong with being a bigger girl, but your personality is rotten, young lady. Which is too bad, because if you weren't such a goddamn bigot, you probably would have plenty of people trying to smash. You're probably squishy in all the right places. Y'all did not get bullied for liking anime. Y'all got bullied because you did shit like growl at people in class and ninja sprinted to the lunchroom. Be honest with yourselves, please. As someone who was bullied earlier on in my life, I will admit I was afraid to openly show that I liked things because I thought that would lead to more bullying. But as I got older and as I matured, I realized nobody gives two shits and nobody's gonna bully you for liking something. People are gonna bully you because you're fucking weird. Or in the case of my bully, because he was going through his parents were going through a messy divorce and he needed someone to lash out at. But, you know, the point stands. If they're gonna bully you, they're gonna bully you regardless. It's not gonna be because you like something. And while I do not think bullying is okay, kids are kids and they are gonna pick on the weird kid. So, you know what, you can be yourself, but don't make a point to be weird, you know, don't hiss, don't Naruto run. I pity everyone who isn't us, my girlfriend between her 25th and 26th orgasm of the night. This reads like someone who has never had sex before writing a pornography. I agree completely. Bro, honestly, most women will tell you once or twice is enough because a lot of guys can't even get them to do that once. In fact, if you're able to last long enough to give her 25 to 26 orgasms, you probably need to consult a doctor because that Viagra has lasted way too long and your erection should be down by now. Or maybe you lucked out and your girl just comes really quick, so you might only have to last 2 minutes for that 26 to get there, in which case that's a scientific anomaly. She should get checked. For science. White dude between 15 and 24 who got straight C's in high school and is smarter than everyone else in the world's starter pack. Let's see, we got Eric Cartman from South Park, Rorschach from The Watchmen, Joker from The Dark Knight, Rick Sanchez, Rick and Morty, Deadpool, V for Vendetta's V, and Tyler Durden. I hate to say it, but I have been a fan of all of these characters, with the exception maybe of Heath Ledger's Joker. I am always a forever Mark Hamill Joker fanboy, but I didn't get straight C's. I got a couple C's. I never once thought I was smarter than everyone else, but yeah, I used to like a lot of these characters. To be fair, I still do, but I wouldn't say I identify with them. Eric is funny because he's such a piece of shit. Rorschach in the comics is very different than he was in the movie. In fact, he's not a likable character at all. Heath Ledger did an amazing job as the Joker, but his death really is what made the character portrayal so famous, more so than it actually being the penultimate version of the Joker. Rick Sanchez is a character people were not meant to identify with. Justin Roiland said that this was a character he made to work through some stuff he was going through. Apparently he didn't work hard enough because he is still a total piece of crap. Deadpool's hilarious, I'm not gonna lie, but unless you're Ryan Reynolds, you can't pull off Deadpool. V for Vendetta, I'll be honest, I enjoyed the movie more than the comic, though the comic was good, but I just thought it was a cool action film, and wearing a Guy Fawkes mask doesn't make you cool, or speaking in V rhymes. Tyler Durden is a very interesting take in that he's a very interesting character, and it was meant to be a thing that talked out against consumerism, yet the people who identify with him wouldn't do well without their internet, their Mountain Dew, their video games, essentially their material possessions, yet they somehow identify with Tyler Durden. Fight Club's just a fun movie, and I think I enjoyed it a little more because when I first watched it, I was actually suffering from pretty bad insomnia, so it kind of freaked me out a little bit. But yeah, I don't identify as a neckbeard, but yeah, I can totally see all of this being the neckbeard starter pack for fandoms.
Just scrolled through the AOC resign hashtag and cannot figure out what she did to piss off so many anime characters.
You gotta love the anonymity of the internet, where these guys can feel like big tough men hiding behind their anime avatars as they make fun of a woman in politics. Like, I'll be honest, I've not always been the biggest fan of AOC, but I do think that younger people do need to be getting into political positions, and if, she's the start of that, I definitely commend her for it. She's not perfect, but there's worse out there. But it doesn't matter if she was perfect, there would still be these neckbeards speaking out against her, because they can't handle a woman in a position of power, or anyone who isn't like a submissive waifu. And that's really their misfortune, because strong women are amazing. I myself was raised by a strong woman. I was raised by strong women. Not to say that the men in my family were weak, but my mom is a very strong individual, personality-wise. My grandmother, definitely a dominant force. When their family moved to Ohio, they actually bought and took over 2 credit unions, and she and my grandfather both ran them together. And there's this wonderful story that I was told that this was back in like the 60s when, women were more subservient to men, where my grandfather tried to tell my grandmother how it was going to be at work, and she took the car and she left, and he had to sheepishly call her in front of the entire secretary pool and apologize and ask her to come pick him up so he didn't have to walk home, while the secretaries laughed at him. Again, my grandfather was a good man too, but my grandmother did not take shit from anybody, even her own husband. And that's why these neckbeards love the animes, the pervy animes, and they don't enjoy things like Studio Ghibli, because Hayao Miyazaki, who has made some of the greatest anime films of all time and has included very strong female characters in all of them, also views strong women, as a very good thing that needs to be depicted more, and neckbeards just can't handle that. When a girl says she watches anime, there's a 90% chance this is what she means. Men be like, you ain't a real anime fan unless you watch Is It Wrong to Piss on My Bunny Girl Sister's Feet? Guess I'm not a real anime fan either, because I've watched all 4 of these, and while the 2 on the right aren't my favorites, I am thoroughly enjoying the most recent season of My Hero, and I cannot wait for the next arc of Demon Slayer to come out. Just because something is popular does not mean that it's not good, and it doesn't. If you're watching anime and enjoying it, you're an anime fan, pure and simple. Doesn't matter which one it is. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's normal, whether it's pervy. If you're watching anime and having a good time, that makes you an anime fan. Just like if you watch anything Star Wars and are enjoying it, you're a Star Wars fan. Don't let anybody gatekeep you. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned a story where a guy at a HeroClix tournament was complaining that all of these fake female fans aren't real Marvel fans, and they only know who Groot is because of the movies. And it's like, bro, that's the only reason I know who Groot is, and I'm a fan. But like, if you spent less time calling people fake fans and more times just enjoying the fact that your hobby is becoming mainstream, you might actually get yourself a real-life waifu. But you can't do it because of the victim complex you've developed over years of thinking that people will judge you for enjoying something, so your body pillow is all you're ever gonna get. And now everybody, before we go, it is time for a very important public service announcement. This is a fedora. These are the type of men that wear fedoras. This is a trilby. These are the type of men that wear a trilby. I'll be honest, I've never worn a trilby, but I have worn fedoras a couple times, but I've also worn them with trench coats. And no, not the black leather trench coats that the neckbeards love. I mean, I'm talking like tan, thin trench coat, because I really went through a phase where I really loved mobster and private detective movies. So, yeah, was it a little cringe? Sure, but I didn't call anyone milady. I didn't tip the fedora to people. But, I kind of liked looking like Nick Valentine from Fallout 4, even though that game wasn't out yet. But I've never worn a trilby. In fact, until the Neckbeards started using them, I always thought trilbies were just tiny little fedoras that were sold by Hot Topic for women to wear to look more like Hilary Duff. I did not see it as a hat that men wore. It was just a tiny female version of the fedora. Fedoras weren't in style for men, but there was a period in the early 2000s where a lot of old-timey hats became altered in some way for girls to wear, like the Castro cap, the newsboy cap. Again, I didn't realize that the trilby was a whole nother hat. I just thought it was a tiny fedora for women. And looking at the photo of the guys wearing the trilby, it does look like the hat is made for someone with a much smaller head than a lot of these guys have. I think they started wearing the trilby because it was just the easiest quote-unquote fedora for them to find access to. And guys, that's going to be it for our video today. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit subscribe, smash that like button, and leave a comment. If you can't think of a comment, just type "on behalf of" so that I know that you made it all the way to the end. As always, if you like what you hear on this channel and you want to hear it more often, just go to my links, buy a mini, because the more minis I sell, the more videos I make. I'm Mr. Sean, thank you so much for listening to Chimera Miniatures' official YouTube channel, and I hope you alpha great day and an even beta tomorrow. Bye-bye!